Hello and welcome to the stream, guys. Hope everyone is doing well. And I think the stream, oh dear, was working and then I broke it. Give me 1 second. There we go. Excellent. Right, let's just look for the server. So we're going to be doing some LFM racing tonight. We've got some 45-minute races coming up at Silverstone. So LFM is back for 2024. The server should be opening in the next minute or so. Split 1 as well, which is good. We've got some high ranked drivers as well. We're 26th rank, which is very low. We've got 12 drivers with over 4,000 ELO and 5 with over 5,000 ELO, so fairly high ranking. And if we get some good races tonight, we could get 3,000 ELO. We've got 2,800 at the moment, so looking to get that to 3,000 if we can get some clean races. So let's leave the server now and see if it is live yet. Let's have a look. We got the Coach Dave series. Don't see the 45-minute races up yet, which could mean it's not open yet. This is GT3 series. Is it just called GT3 series now? Oh, it is. My apologies. I was looking for what they called it last season. Ah, I see. Yeah, they've changed it to just the GT3 series. There was another name for it last season. Let me check. Yeah, that's the correct number. All good. Loading up a setup from one of my teammates. And what else? We also need some safety rating as well. We need to get some clean races. You can get good safety rating boost in these ones as well. We did some practice last night. I've not done any practice today, but did some laps last night. Just looking forward to it. McLaren seems very popular, so does Ferrari. Yeah, Ferrari or McLaren looks to be the most popular car choice in Split 1, as you can see. Lamborghini also fairly popular, but I think Ferrari and McLaren are probably the most popular here. 45-minute race, very low temperatures. Very low temperatures at the moment, 24 degrees. So we'll see what the temperatures are when qualifying starts. Currently a green track, so qualifying could be interesting. I've not tested the race setup though. Let me just load the fuel and strategy. I think that was a quali setup, so I'm just going to use this one with higher fuel, and since we changed tires anyway, this one should be fine. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be. Okay, optimum track 24-24, so we are going to need to adjust our tire pressures. Let's just get out on track first. And unfortunately, it seems that I have some lag issues at the moment, so hopefully that sorts itself out and we don't have that for the rest of the race. Usually I get it just at the start of a server or a session, so hopefully it goes away. So I did some testing yesterday and I quite liked it with TC1 for the entire lap. I did try TC0 for the first sector, but I found that TC1 just let me get on the power a lot earlier out of Maggots and Beckett's. With TC0 I kind of had to control the throttle a bit more, but the setup was on like TC2, but I found TC1 just a little bit quicker. Although I think for the race I would probably use TC2 just for the tyre wear, because obviously it doesn't matter that much in quali. And as you guys have probably noticed, we're running a new HUD because now that we've got the triple screen set up properly, I can just use the rear view mirror at the bottom of the car and my wing mirrors that are on my side monitors. So I've been able to get rid of the virtual mirror. I had to go into the game code to move the tyres out of the way of that virtual mirror. The mirror in the bottom right, the tyre info covers it and you can't change it in the game settings, so you have to go into the game code and basically it's like how you can change the graphics for like running triple screens with ACC when you go into the game code. I'm pretty sure it's in the same like file. I think it was something like HUD config or something, and I just changed the position from this side of my TV monitor and just moved it from that corner to there so it wasn't covering the mirror completely. But if the car's got a mirror inside it, I'd rather use that than the virtual mirror. The only problem we've got right now is tyre temperatures. We seem to have mistimed this queue a bit, so this is going to be a bit annoying, because yeah, we're going to be starting our lap with about 25 psi, so the first lap is going to be quite a bit slower, but we'll maybe return the garage a bit early to get some fresh tyres. Okay, so first lap, just going to have to try and get these tyres up to temperature. First lap obviously isn't going to be very quick. Okay, tyres are getting closer to temperature, but they're still quite a bit off. Okay, that's going to be a slow lap. We did 57.6 last night when I did some practice, and that was higher track temperatures. So I'd expect to do an even lower time at the moment. I don't know what he was doing there. Very nearly wrecked our lap. Lost a little bit of time. So if we could actually do the 57.6 we did in practice, that would be P3. Just need to hook the lap together. A little bit of time gained there. Nope. Overkicked the brakes. Still going to be a slow lap, but I think we'll do the next one and then we'll get the tyre pressure sorted. Oh, too aggressive on the throttle there. Lost at least a tenth there on the final corner, unfortunately. That was slow line through there. No! Oh, I binned it. Too deep. 6 tenths up. Ah. That's so annoying. What a lap. Thank you very much for the follow, GSM Media. I guess your game stream crashed, mate. Oh, did it? Ah. Give me 1 second. Oh, we were on such a nice lap there. It's unfortunate. Just tried to push a little bit too hard. Saw all the delta. Is the game capture crashed? Try that. Hopefully it's working. Hopefully that works now. Right. Let's get back on track. Oh, where did that lap put us? Oh, top 10. That was a top 10 at least lap. I think if I... yeah. That's unfortunate. And yes, I'm going to ignore the fact I just hit pit exit. Yeah, let's see if we can get a good lap together then, because that would have been very, very nice if I'd finished off that lap. Got 5 minutes. Oh, it's going to be tight. I can do 57.6 in practice in higher temps. So if I can match that, I would be quite happy. Working nice. Ah, perfect. I'm not sure what happened there. Sometimes at the start of the stream it seems to freeze for some reason. I think it's just my capture card. Okay, so we should get 1 lap, which we'll have to use to heat up the tyres, and then we should get 1 flying lap. So this lap I'm just going to try and push, heat up the tyres, because we've got some very nice delta. wow, surprised that's valid. Track limits on ACC being nice to me for once. I think there's about 4 tenths in sector 1, but just couldn't quite push with the colder tyres. Thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're enjoying the streams. Yeah, I was 6 tenths up going into here, and I just came off the brakes too quickly. I am Daddy TV. Who followed you? It was you. Okay, let's full push for the final lap. You know we've got 57.6 if we can actually tidy it up. That final corner was terrible. Oh, that was a bad lap. Yeah, that was a really bad lap. Never mind, you may have not caught the joke. I'm sorry, when I was on quali and I could tell it was supposed to be a joke, but my brain was too preoccupied to get the joke. I'm sorry. 45-minute race. We're saying 80 litres, so I'm going to go 90 to be safe. And let's save this as Q2323. Save. And then if we're needing 80, we want to go 90. I'm going to start with 50 to allow me go for the overcut, and then add 40 litres and use the current tire pressures and save this as R45. Oh, wait for this server to reset. Yeah, there was a lot more in that lap, which is unfortunate, but hopefully we can make it up in the race. So I want to save this as R45 minute 23. There we go, excellent. Right, setup, yeah, I think it's fine, to be honest. I don't see any problem with it. I'm going to reduce the front toe. Actually, nah, toe should be fine, because we're changing tyres anyway. First set of tyres, 90 litres, east current pressures. First set of tyres, and we are good to go. But yeah, that was a bad qualifying. Very bad. So we need to, as always, have a comeback race. It seems that I cannot. Anytime I stream LFM, I always been qualifying. I think I've maybe had 3 races where I've not been qualifying. Every other race is basically having to fight through the field. So, really, how many drivers are there in this? 36. So, to finish inside, we want to be inside the top 18. 35. Yeah, so we want to be really inside the top 18 to gain ELO, basically. If we gain ELO, it should be fine. So yeah, basically we need to make up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 or 7 positions, which should hopefully be okay. If we can make up the positions, we'll be fine. There is a mandatory refuel. There's a mandatory refuel, but not mandatory tyre change. So that's fine. I've got the fuel calculations up at the top, so that'll keep us right. Let's see how we get on.
Going single file.
What are the temperatures? 23 degrees optimum track, so should be quite nice for the tire temps. The only thing you've got to worry about in Silverstone is the tire wear. So with it being lower temps and we will change tires even though it's not mandatory, we should be okay. Main thing is not getting involved in an incident for not only safety rating but also damage, because we've got so many fast flowing corners here that if we have like a big front impact or rear impact and we wreck our aero, it's going to be very hard. The formation laps would look a lot more professional in the ACC, or a lot more realistic, if they added contact. Like if you could crash into people in formation lap. Open lobbies would be a nightmare, but professional series or LFM and stuff would make it a lot more interesting. Just see everyone at the end of the formation lap all just pile into each other. So right now we're just trying to get some temperature into the tyres. We've got some temperature into the brakes. The tyres are slowly heating up. That front right is up to temperature. Problem is that usually at Silverstone you've got to run I think it's the left hand side, a lot lower than the right, just because of how much load is on one side of the car. So because the tyre pressures are lower than some tracks, we've got to, it takes longer to heat them up. Yeah, what tyre is it? Is it the left? Yeah, it is the left. Look, the left is significantly lower than the rest. Did that Ferrari just hit the wall? I was looking at my tyre pressure, so I'm not sure what happened there. The only problem is you can lose a lot of this tyre pressure just on the way at the grid when we go on double file. Well, the right side is at least green. The left side is green. They're all almost 80 degrees now, except the front right, and the pressure is building. So, I think that's the best we were going to get. Yeah, I can just imagine that if contact was on, there would just be massive pile-ups at this part here. I have a terrible feeling I've over pressured the right hand side of my car by accident. Oh well. Let's see what happens. Bad start. Got the outside line though, which is good. No major pile up so far.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Oh, I take that back. Take that back. Sorry!
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
That was my bad. I hit the curb when I tried to save it. That was completely my fault on the Ferrari. I rejoined the track. Tried to stop myself from spinning on that curb. I didn't want to slam on the brakes because I knew I would spin in front of everyone. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I got penalty for that because that was 100% my fault. There's a lot of battles up in front though. Everyone very, very close together. I can catch this train again. They're certainly not going to pull away 3 wide. Probably going to end up with a few more collisions, I think. This many cars this close together. Very, very deep there. Got Jonathan up in front of us. He's made a few positions on the opening lap, which is good. All of which were just from crashes and me taking out that Ferrari. Oh, someone's died. Free position. Fantastic stuff. Someone rejoining. Oh, this is gonna end in tears. Oh, this is gonna end in tears, I can just tell. Look at the amount of cars, this is like 6-7 car battle. 3 sets of people going too wide. Ferrari binned it. I think we're going to get 3 positions there. Yep, I think that was 3. Nice. Ferrari went wide and then 2 went wide, avoiding him. I think the Ferrari spun in front of someone there. I saw something go flying across my rear view mirror. Up to P16, so we're in the top half of the grid, which is what we need for the yellow. So I think we made up 7 positions so far. So we want to watch our off-tracks and our incidents. Only 1 contact so far. And an off-track from lap 1. Porsche's been killed, free position. Scare the Ferrari a bit. Which worked, but not well enough. And my front right tyre is massively overpressured. Okay, use the slipstream. There's a 3-car battle up in front as well. The only thing is I've got this Ferrari behind, trying to overtake a Ferrari whilst I've got a Ferrari on my butt, which is not ideal. Definitely seem to be faster. Whoa, that bounced a lot. Man, I had some flashbacks. That's happened to me once before in the McLaren. Right out of a race. Hit that curb. That was a close call. Was trying to get the run on the Ferrari and did not expect to bounce that much. No track limit warning though. Just an off track, which is good. For some reason my save replay button isn't working, which is not ideal.
Losing to the car ahead is acceptable.
See if this Ferrari will let us by. I don't think he will.
Warning for exceeding track limits.
Bit of oversteer on the entry. I had to cut it, otherwise I was gonna go sideways over that curb. Ferrari doesn't seem to be flashing, so I don't think he's annoyed, which is good. Because I'm not sure if I rejoined in front of him or not. It's now a 4-car battle up in front for the top 10, it looks like. Or is that just a back marker in the way? And I'm struggling with the tires.
Warning for exceeding track limits.
So we got plenty fuel. So I'm thinking that we pit the lap after these two guys do. Try and go for an overcut because I don't think the undercut works here. Because no one is going for it yet anyway. Oh dear. Big mistake by the Ferrari. Not sure how much time he will have actually lost with that though. Don't usually lose that much time by cutting there. Okay, gaining on the Ferrari this lap.
Gaining on the car ahead in sector 1. Well done, mate. This has been your Corsa, guys. Yellow flag in sector 1.
6.3 laps left. So basically 12 minutes of fuel. I think we gained one position, so I'm going to assume someone pitted. Yep, someone's pitting. I'm going to pit after the Ferrari does. If I pit one lap after, then I may be able to overcut him. If I get a good in lap, that's the plan. Try and get a good in lap. I think the Ferrari behind has also dived into the pit lane unless he got taken out. This Ferrari surely is thinking about pitting soon, because he seems to be making a lot of mistakes, and that very possibly could be due to the tyres. Surely the Ferrari's pitting in the next few laps. Nope. I want to go into the pit lane, which is why I want the Ferrari to pit, because I really want the Ferrari to pit before I do. So I've got 4 laps of fuel, but ideally I want to pit in the next 2 laps, so hopefully the Ferrari pits. So if he pits 1 lap before me and I can go for an overcut, that would work. But I highly doubt an undercut's going to work here. Four laps. Okay, I already adjusted the tyre pressures, saying I have 30 litres, I'm adding a little extra. It's not ideal to be on 3 track warnings. Kind of want to back off pushing because I think I'm P15 after we all do our pit stops. Throw that in the bin to try and catch the Ferrari is stupid. We'll lose yellow if we get drive through. Finishing this position we'll gain a little bit. So I think it's best to not over push. I'm going to dive in this lap because I'm struggling for tyres. The only reason I won't dive in this lap is if the Ferrari does the same thing, in which case I'll do 1 lap extra. That was a bad pit entry. My pit limiter box didn't come on. Oh man. Bad pit entry and missed my jacks. Oh, the only way that pit box that could have been worse is if I got a stop and go. It's the only way I could have made that pit stop worse. Oh, that's so annoying. I'm stupid. Oh, it didn't even start! Ah! Oh, that pit stop. Oh, that couldn't have been worse. At least the guy in front of me got a drive through, so that's a free position. Man, the engine wouldn't even start. Oh my days. That's so annoying. Right, we've got 2 Lambos for position right in front. Let's focus on the task at hand. I've probably lost 7 seconds to Clifford. Yeah, not Clifford, the Lambo that was behind Clifford. The Ferrari or Lambo, I can't remember. I think it was the Ferrari. Unless they have equally bad luck. That bad pit stop has cost me so many positions. Gonna have to really push to get them back without getting a drive-through. Yeah, Jonathan Clifford is P11 right now. So I lost a lot in those pit stops. I lost like 6 positions. What a pain. 6 positions. Gonna have to try and not do that in the second race. Thank you for letting us through. So we would have been P13 if I hadn't completely bottled the pit stop. Oh, that's annoying. Well, we know what we need to do in the next race anyway. Not bottle the pit stop.
Falling behind to the car in front in second turn. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
That was a complete dive bomb by me. I meant to scare him and then I outbraked myself. The Lambo in front nearly crashed out as well. Oh, Lambo behind went off. Yeah, I thought the Lambo in front of me was going to spin there on the final corner by himself, but he saved it. See if we can get this other Lambo. Forgot the slipstream. Struggling to push a little bit through there. And I'm right behind someone. Just getting a bit of understeer when I'm in the dirt here. I think we've got 3 laps left. You've got to be patient, but at the same time you want this move done before the end of the race. I do not want to leave it to the last lap. There we go. I made a mistake as well there, but I just lifted off massively to try save it. There we go, free position. Excellent. Right, take it easy, don't get any track limits for the final 2 laps. He's going to be looking to try and retake that position though. The white Lamborghini is also catching up though, so this will be an interesting final 2 laps. Hopefully those two battle and we can run off. Gonna have to go full defense. Okay, 2 sectors to go.
The leader has finished the race.
Still on 3 track limit warnings. Take it easy for the final corner, it should be good. So how much fuel did we have? 9 litres.
Right, check it. Right, good job. You did the best you could. I'll bring the car back.
Oh man. Well, it could have been if I hadn't been my pit stop. Ah, well. So I had 9 litres left. So really, if I had that, that would give me an extra lap. Man on the pan, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, just messed up my pit stop. My starter wasn't on. I must have turned it on. Light indicators. I must have disabled it. I couldn't see that my engine was started. So I thought I'd started it and I hadn't. There we go. Oh, that doesn't show you it either. Where do I... Oh well, that's annoying. Didn't know the starter was on. Yeah, that's just annoying. P15. I mean, we were right on the bumper of this Ferrari, so yeah, that's annoying. One of those things. Let's just have a look at the replay of lap 1. I just want to apologise to that Ferrari, and then we'll go and practice, because I completely killed the Ferrari. It was completely my fault. This one here, I went to the left, I hit a bump, and yeah, that was my bad. Completely my fault. What's his name? Number 25, Alexander. Let me just apologise to him. And where is he? 25. Silverstone, the one we just did. Man, the LFM website is so glitchy. They've got so many people on it that it's just so slow. It's good that they have a lot of people on it, but they need to upgrade it to handle the amount of people they've got on this website, because it just doesn't handle it very well at all. That's not great. Ah, there we go, showing us now. So number 23, no, number 25. Oh my days, it's loading so slowly. Right, where's number 25? Doesn't look like he finished the race. Where is he in quality? Number 25. There we go. Man, it takes so long just to find someone and to open the message. Looks like he only drives Ferrari. All his records are with Ferrari. Oh, this is taking forever just to load. Could be my broadband, but at the same time this is also sometimes just LFM. Come on. Sorry about lap 1. I hit a bump whilst trying to avoid the BMW, and it snapped my car. So when I went to counter steer, I rejoined into the side of you by accident. Really sorry. Counter. What is that? Right, so that's sorted. There's no... Foch first race, LFM race today. He murdered half the field. Thinks possibly get banned under new rules for causing multi-race accident. Those are new rules. Me, of course, obviously looked at the new rules because I'm really smart and always check when new rules are posted. Where's the rules? Also, we gained 64 ELO, which I am quite happy with, considering where we finished there. FAQ. Penalties. Code of conduct. Which was the race that Foch murdered half the field? Was it this one or another one? I also want to find out where I completely dive-bombed the white Lambo. I think it was this lap. Right, I went over to the inside to try and scare him, and then I scared myself because I'd outbraked myself. But he left the space, so I'm saying that's a clean move because he saw me coming and he left me the space. So I would probably get a penalty for that. If that was contact, I would have got a penalty, but because he moved, I think I'll get away with that one, to be honest. Yeah, so behavior on track. So is there new penalties? Right. Man, you get less, you lose safety rating now just for weaving, blocking, moving under braking. Wow, they must get so many reports that they're super specific about the penalties. They're like super specific, like 0.3, 0.25, 0.45, 0.6, 1.0. I'll put this on my screen so you can see it, guys, but it's like super specific. No, he did 3 or 4 before he joined Silverstone. Okay. So even use of the in-game chat, 0.25 safety rating. Deduction of 0.45, causing a collision with car exiting the pit lane. Reckless behaviour during qualifying. Speeding in the pit lane during qualifying. Overtaking by disabling the pit limiter. Now that's a new one because I've done that before. I will be honest. When I've come out of the pits and I'm like inside someone else's car, I just turn mine off. Ignoring or defending while blue flagged. Deduction of 0.6. Causing a collision. Forcing another car off track. Okay, that's very vague though. Ignoring yellow flags. Now that's an interesting one. Deduction of 1.0 safety rating. Unsafe rejoin, resulting in an accident. Causing a collision in lap 1. Oh, I may lose 1.0 safety rating for that Ferrari. Gaining a permanent significant advantage by excessively but not intentionally shortcutting the track. Technically, when I understeered and cut the corner earlier, that would also be that. Yeah, so I'm going to have to be careful with these penalties. I mean, these are very strict, and I'm pretty sure these are new. 3-day ban and deduction of 1.0 safety rating plus 20 seconds. Oh, wow. causing a mass collision, minimum 4 cars involved. So yeah, Foch could get a 3-day ban. Intentionally dropping back before the start of the race. That's a new one. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Third party advertising in chat. 7-day ban and safety rating reset. Safety rating reset will be reset to 2.0. Wow. So if you have 9.99 safety rating and you have multiple penalties in the same race, multiple penalties in endurance race or high penalty rate, you could get your safety rating reset. A 7-day ban and deduction of 0.45 safety rating, making devaluing statements in the chat, gross unsportsmanlike conduct, 28-day ban and deduction of 1 safety rating, insulting for the first time. Insulting. What, like an admin? Or like someone in the chat? Maybe that's related to that. Devaluing statements, insulting for the first time. Ah, but 28-day ban. These are getting strict. 84-day ban and safety rating reset, intentionally causing a collision for the second time. 84-day insulting for the second time. 168-day ban and safety rating reset, intentionally causing a collision for the third and every subsequent time. 168-day ban, insulting for the third and every subsequent time. Permanent ban. Permanent ban, discriminating or racist, radicalizing statements, spreading political or theoretical messages, insulting in particularly severe cases, intentionally causing a collision in particular severe cases, ban evasion. The ban becomes and these drivers. Wow. So that's getting very strict. That is very strict, and I'm gonna guess it's because there's so many penalties getting reported in LFM, and it's often very inconsistent with LFM stewards. I wish they had that type of rules in VEM qualifiers, because their rules were terrible for that. But I'm glad to see that the rules are very plain, so there's no loopholes and stuff like that, and you know exactly what type of penalty you'll get. And the Ferrari I took out, it said no problem, it happens, because I think he saw it wasn't deliberate. I was just trying not to spin myself and ended up taking him out. Okay, so we have the next race in 30 minutes. It would be good to know why when I stream it doesn't pop up as me streaming anymore. Okay. Why is that? Let me try and sort that. Then we'll do some practice. Yeah, and no loopholes for streamers makes it well worth getting on chat and getting the sorries in instead of getting a complaint lodged. Oh, absolutely. I had the guy before who really annoyed me, who reported me when I crashed in front of him. I'm not joking. I was going down the hill at Bathurst and I crashed just after you go over Sunset. I lost the car, hit the wall, and then bounced across the track. And he reported me and I got a penalty. And I like held my brakes and everything. I'm like, I don't exactly know what I was supposed to do. So I'm glad they have some proper penalties now. Let's see if this works. Because it's just consistency most people want with the penalties. Right, will that work now? So why is it that my YouTube says it's not working? I don't understand. When I'm on this, right, and I press my YouTube, it says 404 page not found. Like, why is it trying to say Cool Shark Racer and 20%? I don't understand this. If I do that, will this work? It's got the correct thing in it. I don't understand. Twitch works, but it doesn't show that I'm live. I do not understand. Maybe it needs time to update. I've somehow broken it, which I seem to do a lot, is break things. Okay, well, let's jump into practice then, because I've broken that completely as usual. Let's put in the password. We've got 30 minutes of practice time, and then we should be good to go. Let's just have a look and see what rank I am in this server, just so we know like where we're going to need to finish. So we are currently ranked 4th, so we're going to need to have a really good race and hopefully some more join, so the overall ELO is a little bit higher. That would be good. Right, let's get on track. See how we get on. Your stream froze on the opening screen from start tonight, then the chat froze for a while. Is it working now? A few other people have said it. I think it's something to do with my what's the word? My capture card. That's the word I was looking for. Is it working now, or is it still frozen? Because like I say, I think it's the capture card that's doing it. Or when I turn off my streaming PC monitor, it seems to freeze it as well. Yeah, I don't know why, But it's happened most streams. At the very start the game freezes. I don't know what the issue is. Hopefully we'll figure it out. Oh dear. So I really need to get a very, very low 57. 57.6 isn't good enough for quality. Because my race pace was 6/10 off the quickest McLaren. Which isn't bad, but my quality pace was a lot further off. So I think, as usual, my problem seems to lie with qualifying rather than race pace. I need to find some more pace with the qualifying here.
Yellow flag, be careful there.
We were trying to watch your hot lap on 3 1080p screens. Yeah, because that camera will pick up the screens. No, I've gone too deep. I'm going to try some different camera angles over the next few days. Yeah, this is going to be a rubbish first lap. Cold tyres and a few mistakes.
Yellow flag ahead, watch out in front.
No! Overpushed. Overpushed on the exit there. Wasn't going to be a good lap, but still. It's 2 or 3 tenths. messed up the final sector completely. The first sector was okay, the rest of that was terrible.
Well done, mate. Fastest lap so far.
Fortunately, that was a bad first sector. I think I should really use TC2 for the exit this chicane, and also
Yellow flag is
this sector we're coming up to now. TC1 for the rest of the lap, then use TC2 for the rest. So I've got these two corners I think I need TC2 for, and the exit of the chicane just to stop the sliding. Yeah, that's better. You in theory lose more time with having higher TC, but seems to be a little bit quicker. Oh well, not a fantastic lap there. It seems your tire pressure's low. Right, let's go out again. 20 minutes. Quite a bit of pace in the lot, but we need to find some more pace, I think. Say a low 57 would be okay, but not fantastic. That wasn't ideal. Right, let's see what we can do lap time wise. Like I say, really I should be low 57, not 57.6. Forgot to use TC2 there, but TC1 was fine. That was a much better line there. Okay. And that was still technically the warm-up lap, so let's really push and see if we can actually find some lap time. 58.000. On the dot. Ah, Cody, you overpushed. Tried to get on the throttle too early. There was like 2/10 in that chicane there. Oh, maybe 200s there.
Yellow flag is activated.
That wasn't a good turn one. No, Cody, you're an idiot. I am the definition of stupid. Oh, I don't even know if I want to see this. Oh, oh, that was so stupid. I mean, I just clipped the curb. Too much. Yeah. You can't clip the curb with this at all. Otherwise that happens. Oh, that would have been a decent lap as well. I think that was going to be a 0.6 or so. There's the tires. Try this again. We'll just check LFM to see what the sign-ups are looking like. Okay. So my account still doesn't show when I'm live for some reason. We are 6th highest ranked. So we're going to need a really good race. Otherwise we're going to lose safety rating, and we're going to lose ELO rating. How do I change this? Let me message someone I know. Okay, how long have we got? 8 minutes. We can do a few more laps. There should be a notification in the Discord. That should work. It's not in the coaching one. The coaching one isn't working at the moment. I'll need to sort that. But the one in my personal Discord. Oh, there was a Twitch notification. Now that's weird because when I look at it, it says it came 5 minutes before the stream started. That's weird. Obviously, there's something going on with lag or something. Oh well, let's go do some laps, and then we have to join. I'm only going to do a few laps because this server seems to open early, and I hope that I do not bin my pit stop. I've been a top 10 because I messed up pit stop again. I think I would just cry. Right, let's see what we can do. I think with like 2 minutes before the server starts, I'll just leave the server. Oh dear. Oh, that felt nice.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
That did not feel nice. I think we'll do one lap and then we should be able to join the server. I might do two actually. Pain. Guess we'll do two. If you hit that bump wrong, bounces so much. Don't notice it with some cars, but man, with McLaren it feels like you're gonna fly. Thought we were gonna crash out of the race in the last one when I hit that curb. Most worrying when you have 3 track limit warnings and you can't go off track trying to correct the car.
Yellow flag in sector 1. Yellow flag in child in front.
Okay, let's try this. We'll do this lap and then we'll have to go join the server. Bend that way too deep into there. Annoying, I messed up that corner at the end of the hangar straight. That wasn't the best line out the final corner. Okay, 0.6. That was with a couple mistakes. So let's just double check. I think it's split 1. GT3 series split one. Driver number are we? It's good that now the server's start time on the website is actually when quali starts and not or just before quali starts, instead of being like the website saying it started when it hasn't. Okay, so we're 8th highest ranked, so we're going to want a top 10 at least. Oh, what? I've got to get a Patreon to get the
Green light, go.
the Twitch to show that I'm live on LFM. You have to pay for the Patreon now. That never used to be like that. Right, tire pressures are going to be wrong, so I'm going to do the first stint and then the second one. I only want to do 2 laps on the first stint, and then change tires so I have enough time and that to do 3 laps on the second stint. Because if not, last session we only had time to do 2 laps on the second stint, so I want to change that. Just do 2 laps on the first stint and then return to garage. Everyone drives slow in the outlap. I like to drive fast and then go slow in the final sector. There's no point slowing down and queuing in the first sector of the outlap. Like, it just wastes so much time in qualifying. So I usually like to try and join the server early, so I can get a good box right at the front, but unfortunately I'm like the 18th person to join the server. Some time. Oh! He seemed to go slower and slower and slower. Whoa! Whoa! What is going on? 4 cars just stopped on track. What a mess. What a mess that was. I know, that's what I was thinking, like. Gonna let this Ferrari by. No, not with you. The red one. Because I overtook the Ferrari there.
There's a slow car ahead.
Gonna leave TC2 on, because that seemed quite good in practice. Right. We need a good lap. Two laps, get the tyre temps. This Ferrari's messed up his lap. The first corner, and he's going to block mine, isn't he? Yep, I let you by, you mess up your lap, and then you block mine. That's why I don't let people by in quali, because that's exactly what happens every single time. Every single time. Right. Do this lap, then we'll do one more, get the tyre pressures, and then we should be able to do 3 flying laps on the final run. Okay, so we'll do this next lap and then we'll return at garage for some fresh tyres. With the correct tyre pressures. P2 identical lap to P1. That's very rare to see that. Both me and Jonathan get identical laps in the first one. It's currently tied for pole, but already 3/10 up, and the tyre pressures aren't even good. So second run should be quite nice. Already tell with the lower temps that we can achieve a much quicker lap time than we could in the practice server.
Yellow flag, be careful.
That chicane wasn't good.
Yellow flag accepted.
This isn't going to be a good lap.
Well done, mate. Personal best. Yellow flag, yellow flag.
Right, come on. Let's go, 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 go. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Jonathan was allowed to do that because technically I was already
Clear on the left.
I was technically already driving and he came out the pit into my car. Because whoever's driving in the pit lane has right of way, and he merged into my car and then took the position. I don't think he would have gotten away with that if that had been like if that had been reported. I think he would get a penalty for that one, to be honest. Like if that was in a race, he would get a penalty for that, I would think. But then he was technically ahead at the end of the pit box, so then he has right away at the end of the pit lane. But I don't know. Got a Ferrari coming on. We've got blue flags for the Ferrari. Oh, he seems to have binned it by himself in the chicane. Jonathan weaving to heat up the tyres.
Yellow flag accepted.
Nah, I wouldn't report him for that, not on quali. I don't want to report something like that if it was in the race.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Okay, we know we have a lot of time in the lap and quali's very close, so we need a good lap. Full focus. Should get one warm-up lap and then 2 flying laps, so should use all the fuel. So this lap is just purely get the tyres up to temp and then full push the next 2 laps. This first flying lap is good for testing track limits, but it's not good for testing grip levels because your tyres are too low. Your grip level from this lap to the next lap will change quite drastically. If I'm not massively up on the delta, I'm going to slow down at the end of this lap so I don't get traffic on my final 2. Oh no! Too deep. Far too deep. Got a massive gap behind me, so it should be okay to keep pushing for the next 2 laps unless Jonathan makes a mistake. Jonathan backs off at the end of the lap, that's when we'll have a problem. Because then we'll also have to back off. Oh no, Corsa let him through. Whoa! Thought I was going to clip him there. He like went wide to let us by, but then was on the racing line as I went to accelerate. A slight snap of oversteer there. I thought I was going to clip him with my back wheel, which technically would have been my fault as well. Right, full push, 2 laps. Let's get a good lap together. Yeah, have to full send on the next lap as well. No! Oh, you are joking me. Just beat Jonathan there, but oh, he didn't go down at 4th gear. I'm not sure if I only pressed it once or if it didn't register I pressed it twice. I think I might have only pressed it once there and I thought I pressed it twice. Ah! As soon as I turned in I was like, oh, I'm in the wrong gear, but it was too late to still make the corner. Oh, that was annoying. Still pacing that lap. Let's save this as Q1920. Hey? Q1923 race. We're gonna need 50 plus 35. Use use current pressures. Say this is the R version. And I will be back in 2 minutes because I need to go for a pee before the race. At least it's in the top 10, but still, I mean, another 10th would have been P4. Well, we can fight for it in the race. Okay, I'm happy with that. P7 because I think at most I probably had like just over a 10th in the lap, and that would have just put me in front of the Porsche. So I'm happy with that. I would have preferred to be on the outside line because, like as I've said before, I personally think the outside line of Silverstone Turn 1 is far superior to the inside, because on the inside you get compromised. But oh well. Right, so 50 litres plus 35 litres, because last race we did plus 40 and we had 9 litres extra, so this means we have 1 lap extra. I'm happy with it. Tyre pressures, use current pressures, and then we can adjust. Double check, we've got fresh set tyres. Yes. Excellent. At least take a breath between fuel sending. Oh no, I know. I should probably just shut up. If I just shut up, I would probably drive a lot better, to be honest. Hello, Spectin437. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you're doing well, mate. We're just doing some LFM racing tonight. We've already done one race, and we're just doing the second one now. Kind of been my qualifying. I think we maybe had a little bit more time in the lap, but I think at most it would have just put us in P6. So we're going to see what we can do in the race and try and make up some positions. We've got the 8th highest rank, so if we don't get killed and we can stay around these positions, then I think this should be a good race. The biggest thing will be to not die in the pit stop. Wow, that was close. P1 and P2. P2 and P3 setting identical first sectors. How much were we off? First sector 2 tenths, middle sector 3 tenths, final sector 10th and a half. So yeah, just all over the place. Really losing time. Right, man, The other cars look so big compared to the McLaren. I feel so small. Hopefully it all goes well in the first couple of corners. Yeah, the inside line at Silverstone is not ideal because you get compromised if the guy in front breaks, but we'll just have to see what we can do. Simple as that.
Going single file.
Just do our best at the start. Oh, how long have I been racing ACC? I don't know how long. I would say between 2 and 3 years. 2 and 3 years, around that. I know I've probably played just under 3,000 hours on ACC. But I'm not sure how many years. I think it's 3 years that I've played it. Just under 3 years, something like that. Yourself, are you into any sims at the moment? ACC, Gran Turismo, iRacing? See if we can hold Jonathan behind. This race looks like we had the upper hand in quali, so we'll see what we can do in the race. Jonathan also streams, by the way, guys, so if you want the other POV, he also streams on YouTube. If any of you go and check out his stream, just say Cool Shark sent you, and just say he's the guy, he's the McLaren, please don't kill him into turn 1, something like that. I mainly play Assetto Corsa, although I do have ACC. Oh, nice! Do you have like Content Manager for all the mods? Have you tried LFM on Assetto Corsa? Because they've started it and they seem to have some really, really good multi-class racing. I really need to get myself Content Manager and do some like Nordschleifer multi-class. It looks so much fun. I saw Jardier do it the other day. It looks really good. Alright, well if you have Content Manager already, then it should be fairly simple. Just connect your Steam account. I think it's literally just Jonathan Clifford. It's on YouTube. I'm sure it's just Jonathan Clifford. It usually has nothing on his thumbnail. It's usually just a picture of a car but no text. It's going to have the outside though into turn 1. Having the inside through maggots is good, but yeah, the outside of turn 1 is far superior, so the start's going to be interesting. But it's a 45-minute race. The start is not the most important bit. The only thing important about the start is not dying. Simple as that. Hopefully there isn't a big turn 1 crash again, and we should be good. Right. See what we can do here, lads. Why is my box so far? Like, Mercedes seems so far in front of me. Jonathan's in front of me and I'm in my box. Let's see what we can do. Jonathan might get a drive through for position on start. BMW died already. Yep, I knew the inside wouldn't work. At least I didn't get killed by that BMW spinning. Porsche dying, Porsche dying. Two guys already dying on that one. He's going to rejoin. Watch that rejoin.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I saw someone in the garage as well that didn't start the race. Okay. 2 positions. We lost 2 and gained 2. So let's try and make these 2 up that we lost. Scare him a bit. No, no! Ah! Why did he go so slow there? He like tapped the brakes mid-corner. Just didn't accelerate. I apologise to him, but I think he tried to go for a cutback on Clifford, and I did not expect him to just not accelerate mid-corner at all. I was trying to get the cutback on the Ferrari, and he just... It felt like he just braked in the middle of the corner there. Okay, well, not much damage. Sorry to the Ferrari, but I could not anticipate him to be so slow there on the apex. I think we're basically where we started this race. Top 5 seem to be battling. So, sorry, top 4 seem to be battling. My save replay button isn't working, it's really annoying. I have to fix that at the end of the race. Yeah, the top 4 are battling. So hopefully we can catch up to that. Let's try and get this P5 first. I think we're faster than the white Ferrari. I think. Just have to not over push because the top 3 are battling quite hard, so hopefully should catch them. They continue to battle this hard. Tire pressures in the front seem to be a little bit low. Guys behind are battling, so we can just focus. How picky are you with the cars in the SEC? I mean, within reason, I'll drive most cars. Corsa's my favourite, but usually I'll just drive whatever's quickest in that championship. Or for LFM, for example, I'll drive whatever I've got good setups for. So here, the McLaren isn't the quickest, but I've got good setups for it, so I go with the McLaren. And some other tracks I've got good setups for the Porsche. So LFM I just go with whichever I'm most comfortable with, and for championships I usually like to drive whatever has the best BOP. But like I say, Porsche's my favourite to just drive, but the BOP often isn't great for it, unfortunately. Yeah, the top 3 are battling, 3-way battle for the win. Jonathan's right behind there, being sensible not to get involved too early on, because they are going to take each other out, and I think they just did. Yep, one of them went out. I expected that, to be honest. This is going to very quickly turn into a 6-car battle for the lead, or for the podium. Yeah, I like the AMG as well. I haven't driven it much. I think we're going to start driving it as a team, but yeah, the AMG's a nice car to drive. Also, I like the Alpine GT4 for some fun. That is a fun car to drive, especially when you can set it up and you can adjust to the driving style of it. It is nice to drive. It's good fun. Slowly gaining on this for that. Yeah, Porsche does oversteer a lot on the braking, but that's one of the things I like about it, but you can also fix it with setups, but you need to set up the Porsche differently to other cars to get it to be stable. Nils Naliox does some really good Porsche setups with it as well. I've done some really nice setups with the old one, but I've not made any on Popometer yet with a new one. But I hopefully will be getting back to making some setups soon. But it just takes so much time that I want to do it when I can actually dedicate like a week to each track. Tried a different braking point, didn't work. An overcut is very possibly going to work on the 4 leaders, or one of them is going to dive into the pit lane and go for the undercut, because if they're battling they're going to cost themselves lap time, even just being in dirty air of each other. I would recommend looking at like Driver 61 setup guide, or I think Jardier made a YouTube video about how to set up cars on ACC. Nils Naliox made one specifically about the Porsche. Best to look at guides for creating a setup, because it changes with car to car and track to track. If you know how to set up dampers, starting with dampers is usually a good shout, because it changes the grip and handling of the car so much. But yeah, it's really hard to say, like, there's no set order myself and most other drivers do it based on feeling, but you usually would start with the dampers unless you use damper hacks. Well, it's not hacks, but exploit, which is just 004040. But if you want proper dampers, then that takes a good few hours to get the perfect settings with Motec, and then you can start adjusting other things. That's what a lot of drivers do. I knew that was going to be a track limit, but I wasn't too worried. But I wouldn't say there's a specific order, but a lot start with the dampers and then just go through the setup based on how it feels. You do have to keep in mind though that sometimes when you adjust something with the car, you have to adjust something else to make it work. So like you might lower the brake bias, but then you need to stiffen the front of the car, otherwise you get oversteer on braking. But if you wanted to have more rotation on braking, then you just lower the brake bias and you leave the rest of the setup as is. So yeah, there's just some things you have to adjust two things at once, if that makes sense. Yeah, always use Motec for the dampers when creating a setup. Everything else, sorry, I use it for dampers and the temperatures, the tire pressure, temperature, and also the brake pad temperature. Everything else in the setup I just do by feeling. How many laps have we got? 8. Got 60 minutes. Race pace is too slow compared to cars in front. Losing to the leaders. P6 or P5 is still good. But I'm going to have to apologise to that Ferrari at the start, and hopefully I don't get a penalty, because I don't really think it was my fault, because I couldn't anticipate him not accelerating on the exit of a corner. So I hope I don't get a penalty for that, because it would be a really silly penalty if I did. I know exactly what he's trying to do. He was trying to do a cutback on Clifford, but I couldn't anticipate him doing that. P1 and P2 are battling, P3 and P4 are battling, and then P5 and P6 are battling. So we've got just trains of battles. I think this could be a pit stop strategy overtake. This amount of time, if I could actually get my pit stop right, one lap later would be enough. Yeah, you could adjust the dampers with just the feeling, but it's 10 times easier to install Motec. And if you go on YouTube and search how to set up Motec with ACC, it's super simple. So I would honestly just use Motec, to be honest. Like I say, you can do the dampers based off feeling, but Motec is a lot easier. If you do get Motec, DM me on Discord, and I will send you a worksheet that I use for doing dampers that I got from my teammates that makes it super simple. And I can send it to you. Because a worksheet is basically how you analyze the Motec. So it's how the Motec is displayed. But yeah, actually getting Motec is super simple, and it's free as well. You can pay for it, but I use the free version and it has everything I need. $13 minutes left of time. Tire pressures are too low. Rather have them a little bit too low than too high, to be honest though. P1 and P2 are still fighting. P3 and P4 are starting to break up now. Obviously filing for a divorce. Whoa! That was weird. It was like my traction control turned off. Got a massive amount of wheel spin on that curb. It literally felt like my right left wheel, just the traction control stopped working. Just all of a sudden I had a massive amount of wheel spin. Motec is also really good for comparing yourself to others, because it shows you everything. Some things you can see on the replay, but some things you only see in Motec. Yeah, you just need to watch a few YouTube guides to see like how to use it, because it looks very confusing, but there's like only 2 or 3 things. The one I'll send you, there's only 2 or 3 things you need to look at, and if you just ignore all the other stuff and just look at the things you need to, it's really simple. But when I first got it, I was like, this is way too complicated, and I just got my teammates to do it. But once you learn the basics, that's all you really need. Until you start doing like SRO level setups to do your dampers and your tire pressures and stuff, you don't need to look at much. Six laps of fuel. So I've got to watch that this BMW behind me doesn't pass me in the pit stop, but I want to try and pass this Ferrari, so if I can, I'm going to go 1 lap longer than he does, but he might do what the Ferrari in the last race did and stay out longer than I am willing to. As soon as I start sliding and losing lap time, I want to go into the pit lane. As soon as I start sliding around, it's not worth the overcut. Pace is just a little bit too slow at the moment. I think we can get this Ferrari if we jump him in the pit stop. In order for that to work, I need a perfect pit stop and he needs a bad one. Even if I just put 1 lap later, it should hopefully be enough. I'm going to change my damage, my tyre pressures. That means that as soon as I need to pit, I can just dive into the pit lane. Ferrari's still staying out. Porsche's got a drive-through. P3 has got a drive-through. Wow. That must have been for track limits. Man, that is very early to get a drive-through for track limits. He must have been really pushing to try and stay in front of the Mercedes and hold on to the win. But P2 and no drive-through is a lot better than trying to hold on to P1 and then getting a drive-through. So that's P5 for us, where we're going to have to watch this BMW over the next few laps. What helps you to keep focus? That's a good question. I would say just practice. Having minimum distractions, so my room is darked out. I try and run as little HUD as I need. Turn down the graphics settings, so I've got higher FPS and I can just focus on the driving and not like the graphics and things. And just practice, really, just practicing, focusing. I would say the hardest is focusing under pressure, but again, that's just kind of overcome with practice / experience. You also have things like when you're on a hot lap. Like that is when it's really hard to stay focused. You're on a hot lap, you're like 3/10 up on your personal best, and you've got like one sector to go. Trying to stay focused and things like that, that's when it can be hard. So right now, P4 I'm happy with. If we can get these pit stops right, if this BMW pits now, I could do 2 laps at a push. Yes, 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 yes. So I've got 3 litres of fuel. 3 laps. So really I want to pit this lap or next. This lap to stay ahead of the BMW. Unless the Ferrari pits, I'll pit this lap to stay in front of the BMW. I'm not worried about the Ferrari, even though I would like P3. Ferrari has more pace than me right now, so I'd rather focus on staying in front of this BMW. So pit stop is fine, adjusted the pressures, fuel is fine. Yeah, we're all good. Just need a good in lap. We're going to have to defend from the BMW. Unless the Ferrari dives into the pits, I'm going to dive into the pits this lap. I was just about to say, I'm going to assume that's a back marker and not the Mercedes that is leading. But is the Mercedes that was leading? He must have spun off or had an incident. He's maybe binned it by himself on that fast right-hander. And now, we're potentially going to take P3. He's going very slow. Something must have happened to him. He's maybe got a problem, or he's killed his tyre somehow. But that is us, provisional P3. Man, this is interesting race. It's a Ferrari diving. No, he's not. I'm going to dive. Yep, remember the start button. That better be on the jacks. Yes. Right. This is P3, potentially P2 race here. Right. There's Jonathan. Did I beat the Ferrari? Oh yes, the Ferrari's had a bad pit stop. Where's that BMW now? Oh, the BMW undercut me. Okay, P3. Oh wait, no, that's a different Ferrari. My apologies. That wasn't the Ferrari that was in front of me. So I'm not sure if we're going to be P4 or P3 or where. Right, let's focus. I usually feel like I'm driving right after doing laps. Yeah, I would say for that, to try and do something where you're like hot lapping and you're constantly trying to improve each lap, try a different line until you find that you're improving your lap times, and then watch hot lap videos and try and replicate what they do in the hot lap videos to try and really improve the lap times. If you're constantly focused on trying to improve your lap times, then that will help to not drive an autopilot. If you're just driving, it will feel like that, but if you're constantly, like I say, trying to improve your lap times, then that should help. And try not to drive the same thing. Try to practice different techniques like trail braking, short shifting, things like that. Right guys, I might go quiet for the next wee while because I really want to try and catch this BMW. Right, it's the S-White Ferrari that we're going to try and see. I wonder if the undercut works at Silverstone rather than the overcut. Nope. Oh yes, 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 yes. Ferrari's in front of the BMW. That's going to help us. That's P2 and P3. Ferrari defends, BMW loses time. We catch them both. See how long the Ferrari holds on for. Yes, this is exactly what we need. Wait, how's the BMW leading? Oh man, he must have pitted super early. So my apologies, this is actually for P4 and P3. I thought Jonathan was leading. I hadn't realised that BMW had pitted really early. My apologies guys. So yeah, we're now fighting for P4, P3. BMW's going to take out the Ferrari. It's practically bump drafting on a corner. One lag spike and they're over. So yeah, Jonathan isn't leading. The BMW must have hit really early, so let's try and see if we can fight for this P3. Only got one track limit. Warning, so don't have to worry about that. I'm going to try and get the other two warnings, so I just won't be worried if I get any. I can just max on push. They're both breaking through there. It's going to cost them time. Maggots and Beckett's, especially in the McLaren, seems to be my best sector in comparison to the BMW and the Ferrari. That first sector, you can push so hard with the McLaren. I think you gained 3/10 on the Ferrari alone in that sector. Okay, this is going to end in tears. Nope, Ferrari's leaving space. Oh, come on, BMW, dive bomb and then push the Ferrari wide. That wasn't very nice at all. I'm going for the outside. Oh, let's go, guys. What a move. Thank you to the Ferrari for leaving us space on the outside. I wasn't sure if he was going to outbrake himself. Fair play, good battle, P4. Right, let's full focus on the BMW now. Let's see if this back marker moves out the way. Because there's some severe penalties for not moving out the way now. So So hopefully we don't get held up. Come on, 3/10. 15 minutes to go. I want to pass the BMW so the Ferrari and BMW can battle, instead of the Ferrari trying to battle me whilst I'm trying to battle the BMW.
Gaining on the car ahead is up to 3.
I don't know why so many people tap the brakes there instead of just lifting. Problem is I'm quicker than the BMW Maggots and Beckett's, but because I'm so close behind, I'm not quicker because I have to take his line, otherwise I'll go into the back of him or spin out because of the dirty air. Just very annoying. Oh, he's getting slipstream from the back marker. No! No, 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 no. Ah, I outbraked myself. That wasn't the back marker's fault, but just looking to see if I was going to be able to follow the BMW through, and I missed my braking marker. Might gonna have to push again. Down to 4/10. Still got a chance at the P3. Try and put some pressure on the BMW and scare him a little bit. Pace is looking good. 5/10 up, on for 57.6s. Okay, awesome delta there. Tried to go for the cutback, didn't quite work. Still going to scare him a bit. Oh, it worked. He's feeling the pressure, I think. So I've got 10 minutes to go. This is the problem here, he's going to tap the brakes, which I also need to do, and then I lose time because I'm off my usual line. That's annoying. One bit I'm quicker than in that, and I can't actually use it because of the dirty air. Need to look for an overtaking opportunity. Into the chicane would be ideal. Inside or outside. Preferably outside actually on the entry. Inside for the second part. Just keep scaring him, that worked. Cut back, let's go. Come on. Power down, power down, power down. Let's go. The scare worked. Boom shakalaka. Ah, BMW didn't take tyres, that explains it then. Surprised he's going to make the race with no tyres though. With no tyre change, I mean. Usually 45-minute races, you'll lose a lot of time at the end of the race. Halloween tactics. Yeah, that explains why the BMW popped out, but look, Jonathan's catching him. So BMW popped out quite far ahead, but Jonathan's got him because BMW will be slower with the old tyres. I understand why the BMW did that, to jump that train of cars and go from like 4th to 1st, but from my experience, unless you're at a track that you can defend for the final like 10 minutes, which Silverstone I guess you maybe can defend, but it is a bit very difficult with all the corners, with all the straights, sorry, after slow corners. You've got a lot of straights after the slow corners, so you need that tyre grip to be able to get on the power early, and if you're on old tyres you're going to struggle with that, so it's very easy for other drivers to just drive around your outside or do cutbacks. So maybe a track, maybe like Zolder for example, on older tyres you might get away with because it's harder to overtake and you can jump people in the pit stop by not taking tyres, but from my experience, the 45-minute races, if you don't take tyres, you might jump a train of cars, which in the long run, if they continue to battle, you might gain the position by the end, but if like this, as soon as you don't take tyres, the train breaks up, then it probably won't pay off. Which, as you can see, he seems to be losing a lot of time to Jonathan, but if he can defend till the end of the race, then he'll be fine, and it will have paid off big time for him, but it's going to be difficult. Our main goal is to hold on to this P3 just now. We seem to be quicker than BMW, but I don't want to over push and make a stupid mistake, which I usually do. So if I can just keep this BMW behind me, then we should be good. Got about 3 seconds to P5, so I'm not too worried about him catching us unless we start going side by side, so kinda okay to just keep defending. I think we've got like 4 or 5 laps still. Yeah, 4 laps I think. Just a little more. Yeah, Jonathan will probably get that BMW unless he really defends. That makes sense why the BMW got in front though, because I was so confused. Come on. There you go. Forget about the leaders, just focus on keeping this BMW behind me. 3 laps to go.
Falling behind the car in front in sector 2.
Always seem to pull away from the BMW in that first sector, but he definitely seems quicker in the second and final sector. Jonathan says now BMW did change tyres, just so slow to save them for end of race. Ah, interesting strategy. Save the tyres, let Jonathan catch up, let Jonathan burn up his tyres trying to catch the BMW, and then the BMW pushes it for the final 10 minutes with better tyres. BMW's playing 4-dimensional chess. Yeah, he's literally gained like half a second now in a couple of laps. That's some next level IQ there. Oh, the Merc ran out of fuel! I wondered, because I thought, oh, he's like, he's had an off. I saw the Merc, and I was like, oh, it must be a back marker letting the Ferrari by, and then it was like, no, that's P2, that's the leader. How can you run out of fuel? I mean, I've run out of fuel in quali before, but surely you would be looking at your fuel to make sure you could get the right pit stop time. Must have been running the wrong setup or quali fuel or something like that. That would explain why he was so quick though. Because the current race leader doesn't even have the race fastest lap. So maybe that's why the Merc was so quick. He was on low fuel, quali fuel, and then forgot that he was on quali fuel, wasn't paying attention. Yeah, that's very interesting. Right, gonna have to defend from the BMW on this final lap. Gonna have to scare him from in front. Oh, pit window just closed as the last place Porsche dived into the pit lane. That's unlucky, he'll pick up a penalty for not serving his pit stop in the pit window. Not sure why you would leave it until the final lap, but unlucky nonetheless. Copy that, Jeff. Max push, max push. Don't have to worry about track cuts. Maximum push. I don't care. Do not care about the car in front. Positions are glitched. I think some in P4. Maybe it's predicting the final 2 sectors. BMW went for a last minute dive there. Man, if you'd taken me out, I would have cried. Final sector. Man, I talk too much. My throat's dying. Let's go, guys. Oh, what a race. What a race. Let me assign the button for save replay, because it's not working. And I need to replay. To, general, no. Controls. Save replay. Save replay. Back. Oh, it just doesn't pop up to tell me I've saved the replay anymore. That's why. Oh, thanks guys. That was a good one. Man, what a race. Right. Let's find out who the Ferrari was I took out on that one. Because it was my fault, but at the same time I don't know what I was supposed to do. Because he just backed off mid-corner. Which, I don't know, wasn't clever. Yeah, look at this guys. So I'm just going to get his name first to try and get apology in early. But if you see here, I go for the cutback on the Ferrari just didn't accelerate. Like, from my view it looked like the Ferrari was going for a cut on the Lambo, but I mean I even got hit from behind because, like, I still braked. I don't understand why he was so slow on the exit. He braked there. Why would... yeah, so he's tapped his brakes. See here. He taps his brakes, but I didn't expect him to tap the brakes where you, on the corner you accelerate. Right, number 6, Chris Martin. I'll just apologise to him. But, yeah, I got hit from behind as well because didn't expect anyone to brake there. But yeah, I shouldn't get a penalty for that because I don't understand what I could have done. Let's go look at the replay a bit because that'll be the final race of tonight. But yeah, there was nothing I could have done there, I don't think, without like teleporting. Because yeah, basically, I thought, from like my point of view, that he was trying to cut back on the car in front, but so was I. Do I have a Discord server? Yes. Let me, if I can spell Discord. There you go. And also I have a coaching Discord as well. But yeah, here, right? So into the corner. I go for the left, they both go wide. So I go for the right to cut back, but he taps his brakes, which I obviously didn't expect, and then I got hit from the rear. I mean, if we look at this from another driver's point of view. So this is a Ferrari that hit me. So I wonder if we can see from his angle. Yeah, I mean, that was just a chain reaction. The car behind him also got hit. The car behind the Ferrari hit the Ferrari. Yeah, the McLaren, oh yeah, that was just a mess. That was all caused because look at the train, the like knock-on effect. That was all caused because the Ferrari tapped the brakes and I didn't anticipate it. Because this corner, right, you brake and then here you just lift and turn. And he's tapped his brakes, which I didn't expect. And half the people behind him didn't expect either. Yeah, so in my opinion, I couldn't have avoided that. What I would like to see is I had a really nice overtake around the outside at one point. This lap we were P6, then the Porsche got a drive through. Was this when the Merc ran out of fuel? Because it says I jumped to P4. No, that was when the BMW pitted, my apologies. So we were P4, P6, P7, P5, I think, from the pit stops, P5, P4, how did I get to P4? I just did. What happened to number 21? Oh. This is where I got the really nice move. This was the one I was looking for around the outside. I really like this one. So the BMW sends it on the Ferrari, but then drifts out a bit wide and pushes the Ferrari off. Ferrari slows down to rejoin. I go for the outside, he leaves the door open, he leaves me space, and able to get around the outside, so that was a nice move. I would question whether or not the BMW would get a penalty for that. In my mind, the BMW would get a penalty for pushing another driver off track, because he is behind, and then he pushes the Ferrari off and takes position. So in my mind, the BMW is liable for a penalty there because he was behind and then pushed the Ferrari off and took the position. He wasn't fully alongside or ahead. Jonathan replay, the car you hit tapped Jonathan, and that's probably why he lifted off mid-corner. That's possible. Yeah, maybe he tapped Jonathan and that's why he tapped the brakes. We'll look at it again. Let's just have a look. There was another... Oh, this was really worrying. I was trying to get the BMW and then I just completely missed my braking point. I was too busy looking at the back marker. So thankfully didn't take the back marker out. Where did we get past the BMW? Because this was a nice move again. Again, this was this... Tried to scare him a bit. As you see, we just broke a bit offline, put some pressure on him, he made the mistake, outbraked himself, and able to get a fairly clean move, and then we just had to defend. So, yeah, let's also, the BMW died as well, so let's just have a look at that incident again, and let's have a look from this guy's bonnet. So why is there some sort of lag? Because from my replay, the Ferrari doesn't hit Jonathan and just taps the brakes. See, from my view, yeah, so see from here, right? So he goes to the left, I go to the left to try line up a cutback, and then look here, he taps the brakes for no reason, and I obviously can anticipate that. I hit the back, then I get hit, but then bounce off of his car, so keep going straight. I was lucky not to get spun round there. Smooth operator moves. Thanks. Yeah, I wondered there's some lag going on either on my end or his, because on my end he didn't hit Jonathan, which is weird. Let's have a look and see how much ELO we gained there from that one, because that was P3 in the end. That should put us, yes boys, 126 ELO, 0.24 safety rating. Let's go. 3k ELO. Finally. Finally, actually practicing for LFM races. Finally. Yes, that's what I was looking for. Like the front right hitting Jonathan, but I don't understand why on my replay that doesn't show. I mean, let's look at this from drone camera, right? Right, so. Right, let's look at his front bumper. Oh wait, no. Let's look at it from this side, because it's the front right of the Ferrari. So that's the midway point. Okay. There's zero contact. Why is that not contact not showing on my replay? Can I see Jonathan's stream? I don't know if this is my lag or Jonathan's lag, because our replays are showing different things. Jonathan Clifford. When did he look at the replay on the stream? Let's see. Alright mate, thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed. Hopefully see you again. Right, let's have a look. Earlier? I'm confused. Oh, here. Okay. This is maybe my lag then. Oh well, glad to get 3k tonight. 3k yellow. Very pleased with that. And yeah, that is it for tonight, guys. Next stream will either be let me think now. It's either going to be Tuesday, tomorrow, or we're going to be streaming on the WOR Twitch channel on Wednesday night with Martin. So if I'm not streaming Tuesday, I'll be streaming on WOR Twitch on Wednesday. But yeah, really nice racing tonight, some good races, and had some fun, and yeah, really enjoyed it. So as always guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope